Let's get my favorite segment going with Wiley's World. And in Wiley's World, the co-host is not Acho, Whitlock, Michelle Beadle. Let me go through them all. Carrie Champion, Carissa Thompson, Max Kellerman. Damn, did I forget somebody? I know if it, I guess you could say Colin Coward, kind of. Damn, did I forget somebody? If I did, that's on me. I've been hitting the head too much, that CTE. But let's bring in our boy Mikey P. Mikey P. What
up, baby? Hey, look at this. I got a little something. For those Cowboy fans out there today, in honor of that jersey
what is that?
Just handed out. That's a Super Bowl T-shirt, baby. Super
But
Bowl
it doesn't
champion
count
Philadelphia Eagles.
It doesn't count if you've been to the Super Bowl more recently and lost it. Like that jersey, that shirt right there got to be burned or just not fully displayed, because the one I thought you were going to show is Super Bowl runner-ups. That's the most recent memory I got of that. And why y'all Philly fans always want to go with the Cowboys? Y'all know they got y'all. Like as a franchise, as an organization.
I know.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I was
What's
going
on your
extra
chest?
troll on them. 27 years
man.
of suffering, my friend.
That part, I get it. Now, what's on your chest, big dog? Let's talk it.
It's a good segue. So in honor of your season with the Cowboys, the one that you refer to as the zero sack, hola suck, whatever you want to call it, my friend. I don't believe that, but you've been referring to it all week. So who was the hardest QB to sack?
Oh, I'm not going to say in just that year because there's a lot of forgettable moments in that year.
Just your career.
The hardest
career.
QB, the hardest to get to was Peyton Manning, and he wasn't going nowhere. He was just like, I'm smarter than you. I'm going to change the coverage on you, my line protection on you. I'm going to do whatever I got to do to get rid of the ball. Oh, you're not hitting me. Now, I've gotten some sacks on Peyton Manning. I did something to his neck. I got fined $10,000 for hitting him in his neck one time in Buffalo, and that picture is amazing. Maybe should be a fat head on my son's wall one day, but he was the hardest to get to, like pre-snap. I was like, good luck trying to get him. Now, once you got there, who was really the hardest was, I would say Ben Roethlisberger. Like once you got that bull to bring him down, he was just silky and slippery. And he was fast enough to get out of your grasp, but then not fast enough where you just kept trying and kept going back and forth. And he just get in that phone booth and do a little this and a little that. And then 250 pounds, it was hell to pay trying to bring him down. So I would say Ben Roethlisberger.
Yes, sir. Who was the easiest then? If you want to say that publicly, who was the easiest to sack?
Oh, yeah, I will. Come on, man. Never shut up. Rob Johnson was the easiest to sack because I got a chance to play against him when I left Buffalo, and then he was still their quarterback. Yeah, I think that was Rob. Yeah. Or at least all the memories I have when he was our quarterback and he kept getting sacked. I was like, golly, sucker here, don't see him coming. So Rob was a statue, man. And it was weird because he was mobile and athletic. He just would freeze up when they were coming with the pressure. So I would say Rob Johnson. What else on your chest? What it do?
So who's the QB you wish you sacked but didn't? And then who was your favorite sack in your career? And then we'll move on.
Wish I sacked and didn't. Oh, man. I wish. That has never entered my head like I wish. I live within my means, damn it. Like, if I ain't sack your ass, I ain't care I ain't sack you. You ain't that special. But I sacked a lot of quarterbacks that had names. Let me answer the easier one first. My favorite sack ever was my first sack because it was against Steve Young. And Steve Young, boy, you talking about help raise me in the game. And Steve Young was a lefty. So he saw it coming. And I'm coming around the right edge. He see me coming. And immediately I went back to my childhood. I was like, Steve Young is fast. So damn it, I ain't going to get a sack. And remember, I don't have a sack in my NFL career. He's my first sack ever. And he saw me coming. And that sucker turned and boned out. He was running Steve Young fast. I was like, damn it. And I started boning out. But I was young at that time. And, you know, them young muscles. Think. And I walked his ass down. Give me that. And sacked him. And when I landed, I immediately popped up like, oh, don't touch Steve Young. Don't touch the front. That is the great Steve Young. And, man, you think I ain't keep that damn ball. I got that ball framed up in the next room right now.
Amen to that. So I got a different segue for you here. We've been talking a lot of social media this week. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And there's something that I feel like the fans would love to know. This is going to be maybe a difficult one for you to answer, but what is the funniest DM you ever received on social media?
Funniest DM. I don't have one that's the funniest.
What's the weirdest thing? You could go that route too.
Yeah, like I love the comments. I always like it when somebody says something that is either supportive or critical and helps me learn. So I like them both the same. If you pump me up, I'm like, oh, that was cool. And you like, I rock with you, Wiley, that's love. But then I also like the cats that don't rock with me, but they explain why. I love those guys as well. But if you just hate me and you have no explanation, then I'm like, well, that fell on deaf ears. Like, you know, I've been married since I've really been active on social media, so I don't creep. I don't do all that. I rarely like a post if it's a girl that I know and my wife knows, but she over there thirsting. I'm like, nah, I can't, you know, I don't want everybody scrolling about, damn, Marcellus, you. And I see a lot of my homies do it. I'm like, damn, who y'all marry? Like, they be in there just liking all the bikini girls. And I'm like, I look at them. I'll screenshot them, but I ain't about to like it for the public. See, that's the smart part.
Nah.
John Morant need to learn how to do that. Just hide your shit. You ain't got to stop doing everything. Just learn to hide it. It's easy to do that. So I don't have stuff like that. But give me more. What are we doing here? Is this some kind of segment you trying to create? What you doing?
I did actually have this, and I wanted to wait till Monday, but I got you today. We're going to call it Rapid Fire Friday, all right?
Oh,
so
more confetti, more confetti.
Yeah, it might stick, you know, that name might stick. So quick answers. I'm going to give you questions. Some of them are going to be like 2-choice answers, but just quick answers. Try to keep them like, you know, a minute or just a one-word answer. You could do that too. So are you ready for this?
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to have fast answers and you got slow-ass questions. Let's do it.
And it's not all sports. So, all right. So the first one is sports. Of the athletes and celebrities you met throughout the years, who left you the most starstruck?
Oh, Ice Cube. Ice Cube. There's a many. This list is long, but Ice Cube is the one. Because I actually just lost myself. And I was like, Ice Cube helped raise me. Here's a little something about a homie like me. Like, Ice Cube, I lived through Ice Cube vicariously. That's why I don't blame rap music when cats be like, yo, that's why they act like that. Man, I ain't never shot nobody. And in my mind and in my lyrics, I shot everybody. So stop it. It's just the radio. Shut your ass up. So when I finally got a chance to meet Ice Cube, we were on the red carpet, one of his movies, and I got invited. And I was like, I mean, I can feel it right now. My fingers got weak. So it was Ice Cube. Oh, it's supposed to be rapid fire, so I ain't supposed to explain all that. All right, what's next?
What was your first ever job?
I was a cardiovascular monitor. That sounds fancy for a dude who had a clipboard and made sure nobody stayed on the treadmill longer than 20 minutes. Easy job, but boring as hell.
Biggest trash talker you ever faced in your career?
That I ever faced. I saw John Randall, but I played defense too, so it wasn't like he was talking shit to me. That I ever faced.
Tough, right?
I ain't got nobody for that one. I was maybe because I was talking so much, but I was a jokester, not a trash talker. I just laughed all the time.
All right, so these are two friends of yours, and hopefully they don't get upset about this, but who cracks you up more? Uncle Chuck Charles Barkley or Shaq?
All right. One thing about me, let me just preface this. I like talking about my friends more than anybody. Like this, I hate when people are like, oh, you can't pick between your friends. I'm like, if your friends can't take you picking, then who in the hell can you be comfortable around? So, yeah, I rank my friends. I rank my kids. Okay, here we go. Who's funnier?
Let them know.
Hell yeah. Ain't nobody funnier than Charles Barkley. And it's just that simple. Like, Shaq is hilarious. Shaq has antics. Shaq does everything. Charles Barkley, he can say his ABCs, and somehow, some way, he gonna make you laugh. That dude is just hilarious.
Favorite pizza topping?
Man, what the hell you in some like comic book or something?
These people
like
these
favorite
people,
pizza
they
topping.
want to know the real Marcellus.
All right, well, first of all of the toppings. Is that an option? Like everything except anchovies. Favorite, I would say sausage. I used to go with pepperoni. It's easy, but sometimes it get lost in that cheese, but that sausage always sitting on top of that little rock, that little boulder, and that sucker got that spice and that punch. So sausage for me.
Best sports movie of all time.
Shit. Rocky. I threw you off. All the Rocky.
There you go.
Damn right, my boy.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. How about a couple more, and then we can close it out. How's that sound?
Yes, please. Yes, let's do it.
All right. So this one's going to be tough. Who was more responsible for the Patriots Super Bowl wins? Tom Brady or Bill Belichick?
First of all, if you ever been to court, do not lead the witness. Second of all, this shit ain't tough. Third is Belichick. Like what? It is strictly Belichick. Yes, Belichick put those chess pieces in position. Forget, you can't say it's Brady because he didn't play defense. He didn't play special teams. And those early championships were won on what? Defense and special teams. So y'all better stop playing with me. That was actually an easy one.
Preach. I used to get ripped for that, but preach.
I know.
Preach. All right.
No.
All right. The last one, okay, since it's relevant to what we've been talking about with Skip and Shannon. Who do you actually think, if you had to predict right now, who will be the next host to join Skip on Undisputed?
I think it would be Michael Irvin. Obviously, the NFL Network is out here. He seems like he has weekend duties and maybe a couple spots. I think they'll work out a deal. He's already out here. He fits the role perfectly. Like, I can't even lie. Like, I know Shannon now, so it's hard to make this assessment, but them both walking in the door, I would have said Michael Irvin first over Shannon. And Shannon is huge and Michael Irvin is gigantic, but now no one else would ask for a different shoe size, if you know what I mean, for that role. Like everybody else, you're like, oh, they're going to be smaller in that role. But Michael Irvin, like, nah, whatever Shannon did, whatever shoe he wore, I could fit right there and keep it going. So I would put $1 on Michael Irvin being the guy. And can't lie, not another name excites me like Michael Irvin. I like Nick Wright, but I just don't think right now with all this racial stuff. And put it this way, if you have two white guys or a guy who's not black, y'all can't talk all them topics that they talk about because it's just going to be perceived differently. And it's unfair, but it's the real. Like, you can't – a black player gets in trouble or, you know, Colin Kaepernick, and then they sitting there like, you know what they're going to say. It's just going to be pandering. So they got to have that bouncing act and I think it's going to be Michael Irvin. That's it, Mikey.
You know, 88 would be explosive in there. It would be great, man. I love watching him. But that's all I got for Rapid Fire Friday. A nice way to close out the week.